Hello, fellow Walking Dead fans. This is Solid Dave Snake, bringing you another review on one of the Walmart exclusives, Walking Dead building sets. In this review, we're going to be taking a look at their prison tower. And this is just like how the prison gate and fence were exclusive to Walmart. Instead of having them both together, bundled up like they were at Toys R Us, they did them separate so you could buy as many prison towers as you need or as much fencing as you need, which is pretty nice. And it is pretty much like the same prison tower that came in that big box set, only it has different characters, different little figures, and has a little bit of different deco on the actual prison tower, which I will go over. But right off the bat, we'll just take a look at the two little figures that it comes with. One being this prison zombie in the prison jumpsuit. And if he looks familiar to you, it's because he was in the 5-figure pack. It had Rick Grimes and Merle and the Swamp Zombie and RV Zombie. And of course the little figures come with these little bases to help them stand. And he's exactly the same as the one that came in that 5-figure pack. Same blue jumpsuit and blood stains. Give you a good look at his face. There we go. Nice detail with the wound up on the upper left hand side of the head. So I really wasn't too upset with getting the same figure, because he is one that you can have multiple of in that prison jumpsuit. And then we have a new Rick Grimes, which will hold some weapons. You can see right here he has his rifle from when he was up there sniping zombies in the prison tower, the beginning of season 3. Has his revolver in his holster there. Has the same outfit of the Rick that came in that 5-figure pack, just with a different stance. And one neat thing is these weapons are removable out of his hand. You can take that out, and he also comes with a AK-47, which you can put in there too, which is really nice. And it's a little hard to get these weapons into his hands. You have to fiddle with it for a bit, but he will hold both of them. So I thought that was really neat. He came with two little weapons here. Give you a closer look at them. The AK, although it's just colored black, no paint difference there. But the rifle is nice in that it has that wood colored stock and black on the barrel and scope. So that's really neat that they gave Rick two different weapons here. So I'm happy with the figures that came with this series. And another big difference on this, I'll grab, well, you might be able to see if I turn it around here. There is weathering on this prison tower. And you have to kind of watch out for it. You got to have your pieces set up right before you start building, or else you'll use them up, because there are 3 that have discoloration towards the bottom to make it look like the bottom of the tower is weathered where it's close to the ground. Let me just take my camera in a free mode. And you can see that there. So you have to be looking out for those pieces whenever you're building this, to make sure you put them on the bottom. And there's also these pieces to make it look like the little lights there have some rust coming off of them. So you have to make sure you put those in the right spot. And then actually underneath, you can see that there's weathering. Same kind of rust kind of look running off of the grid up here where they're standing on. So I thought that was pretty neat. And even little pieces like this to make it look like it's weathered up here. can see that same kind of rust effect going on. So that was really neat. And overall, this build is a little more complicated than just the gate and fence. And let me grab the instruction manual. Actually, this comes with a lot of extra pieces, more pieces than what came with the prison gate and fence. A lot more leftovers. But the easiest part of the build is the base, just like kind of how the prison gate and fence is. And the little building in front of it is pretty simple too. In the actual building up of the tower is simple. You just have to be mindful of those weathered looking pieces that I was telling you about. But once you get up to here, these pieces, I really wish Mcfarlane would have just had these already put together, because this is tedious, putting these little holes inside of these beam pieces. And I think Legos even have these same kind of pieces, but the knobs are already on there. The nipples, they call them. So I don't know why Mcfarlane made you put these nipples in, but that was a little tedious. And the gate's simple, or the gridding that they stand on. But once you get up to the roof, it's a little more complicated. And you have to make sure you're putting these pieces in really tight to be able to get that top piece to fit in at the end. I know a lot of people had problems with that initial build from Toys R Us. And this is the complicated part about it. Once you get to where you're building up the mid-level part of the roof, it has you doing this crazy design right here, to where all the other roof pieces will be able to fit on there. And I just think that they could have gone about it a little better way, because that was a little tedious as well. So just be mindful of those parts, and try not to get frustrated, and make sure you're putting in all those roof pieces on really tight, so that last piece stays in real nice and snug. And also, another thing that kind of irked me was the actual building of the railing. I just think there could have been a lot better way to do it, because that is very tedious too, putting all that railing in up here. I like how they have that light piece up there. That light fixture, the spotlight. So, alright guys, if you need more prison towers, hit up your local Walmart, because they have this, just the prison tower by itself, if you don't want the gate. So, alright guys, thanks for watching, and stay tuned. I don't know when Series 2 of these building sets is going to be out, but Toy Fair is coming up in about a week, so I'm sure Mcfarlane will release new info then on when the next series is going to hit. So, alright guys, as always, thanks for watching.